Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back, and we're going to be doing some science, and we'll be reacting to Twice.
Yes, so Twice released a new song today called Scientist. Obviously, we have watched the teasers beforehand, but are we doing science? Maybe? I don't know.
I hope not.
Alright, sorry. That being said, let's go!
When I saw the teaser, I was like, it feels like younger Twice. Like,
What do you mean?
like the styling and everything. Which is cute, because it's like an anniversary for their fans.
I'm way too focused on trying to read what, like, is on the board and everything. It's very, like, not muted.
Oh, the bunny! Did you see the bunny?
No.
Sorry, okay.
It's not, like, muted, but it's, like, kind of, like, groovy. It's that in the background. The robot arms.
Oh, said I love you.
It's like online class.
Relatable.
Those were not proper lab safety procedures.
Nothing about this has been correct lab safety.
But she, especially with handling the chemicals. Oh.
That's not how you take care of a problem.
No.
Oh. Frankenstein. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. She's so cute.
Huh?
Is it because when they get into your system, you know, like they make you like go all crazy and you can't focus, like your heart's failing, your mind can't focus? I figured it out.
I get it now. Oh. Oh. Love is simple.
And I think it had the twice and once formula. Yeah.
Oh, and now they're like dressed like professors in this one. Or lecturers.
The lecture was life-changing.
Oh, great lecture.
Oh, and the writing.
Thank you, guest lecturers. Wow.
Okay, so let's just jump right in, and I want to start by explaining something that I said at like the beginning of the reaction, which was that it like kind of reminds me of younger Twice. And honestly, I had that first thought because of how they were dressed, because I think more recently they've been doing these more like glam concepts that look like a little bit older, a little bit more like timeless. But this one is very like bright and it's very innocent, and they've got on like their little professor outfits that are like made for stage. But it's not just the outfits, it's also the concept. Honestly, do you know what it kind of reminded me of? It kind of reminded me of like Scientist Barbie, like the whole concept. And when I think about Twice music videos and concepts, that reminds me a lot more of like Signal and Likey and like the older ones rather than like Alcohol Free or Feel Special or like anything they've been doing recently.
Is it because they're back in a school setting?
Like that too, but also just like the emotions that they're showing are less like complicated. It's a lot more innocent. Like there's just just an earnestness to it that makes it feel like very innocent and very young. But like, I don't think that's a bad thing, because if you look at what they're trying to convey and the fact that this is literally for like fans first and foremost, right? Like, it's Formula of Love, once plus twice equals love. Like, it's a fan love song, basically. There is an earnestness to it and like an innocence to it. Like, it's not a love where there are strings attached to it or like anything like that. Like, it's just this very innocent, pure love, and that's conveyed very well through the concept. But because of that innocence, I was like, oh, they feel younger. On the same note of having a very like younger Twice feeling, it also just had a very Twice dance feeling, but again, younger Twice feeling, because it's a very catchy movement, like a lot of personality. I think just in general, Twice especially, like I said this before, one of the goals of a good K-pop dance is to have something that like becomes trendy, but I think Twice does that better than most groups. Like, they always have their like trendy movement, or like the hot thing is something that they've come up with in their choreography, and you have that again here. Like, the movements are sort of like very front facing and very straightforward, and again, because it's a fan song, it's something that fans can do with them and that is very engaging. Because the last comment about the dance I was going to make is you sort of get that feeling, I mean, I am being primed because they're like in a classroom and like in a school, but like you kind of get that lecture feeling from the dance too, because the motions they're doing feel kind of like when you're watching a professor explain something and like engage with the audience. Like, they're not trying to perform and like have an audience here, they're trying to engage with the audience in the movements that they're doing. So I just think like it all wraps up very nicely for this like fan present that they've created. Even though it's for fans, non-fans can enjoy it too, because it's catchy and because it's easy to follow along to and because it'll get stuck in your head. So those were my thoughts. I don't know how to end this nicely. Anna's turn!
Okay, yes, so it's time for my comments now. And I guess first to start off with, I like clicked on the article about this comeback and saw that apparently Anne Marie co-composed. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. Because one thing that I really noticed about this, I was trying to explain it in the reaction and I was like, huh, it feels more like not like muted or like calmer. But then I realized, because this song is like pitched way lower than most of their title tracks are, maybe the entire rest of their title tracks. And I'm talking about like the melodies that they're singing. And I was like, oh, does it have anything to do with like Anne Marie co-composing it because like she also has like a more deeper voice? Who knows? Not just the sung melody being pitched lower, but also another part of the reason why it feels more like calmer, I want to say. I think that's the best word I can come up with right now, is because like I mentioned, that line in the background, the bass line in the background that's consistent throughout the entire song versus chorus, is kind of funky. But it's not like rhythmic funky, just like the tone and texture of it, kind of techno, but like it has a slight edge to it, like provides a consistent beat for your head to bob to, which the consistent rhythm of it also brings me to how like this song doesn't have as much beat division in it, like what they're singing or like the instruments as well in the background, which is really interesting because I feel like I usually associate with Twice songs, it's like here, then here, then here, then here, like it's constantly grabbing your attention. Peyton and I were talking about this during our break and we were like, oh, maybe it's because like the whole concept of this is like explaining this theory, this equation to you. Like they're basically lectures, like we were saying at the end, teaching you this concept that love is very simple, it's not complicated, so that you can receive that more easily. It's presented in like a calmer manner, like a lecture style sort of. We're probably way over analyzing this, but let's stick with that. The last things that I had to say were just like two small comments where, one, suitable with the concept, they have a lot of like more techno sound effects in the background, like here and there. Two, the groove that I was talking about throughout the song kind of reminds me of like a more tame Ghostbusters theme. I don't know, maybe it's because they're both like kind of funky, but then also kind of science-y. Alright, that's all I have to say though.
TLDR for this reaction is Twice. Congratulations on your newest comeback, Scientist. It is, in typical Twice fashion, very catchy, very fun to sing and dance along to, and honestly, like, let's be real, if Twice came and guest lectured for any of us, we would all pay attention, so standing ovation at the end. Concept, 10 out of 10.
But that being said, if you would like to talk with us more about this release, actually no, don't talk to us about science, but if you want to talk about, like, I don't know, guest lecturing, maybe?
No, let's not do that either.
What about TED Talks? TED Talks. Then feel free to reach out to us on our socials, which are linked in the cards. And as always, if you enjoyed this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and Bye!